Hello guys, it's Julia. Welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a very fun one. I'm going to be reviewing all the new releases from SHOPMISSA.com. So my original SHOPMISSA review and haul was about a month ago. I reviewed pretty much every single product that they offer in their AOA Studio line. If you guys don't know, SHOPMISSA is an online dollar store. You have so many amazing affordable options. There are some duds. I did review everything and I found quite a few products I didn't like, but a lot of the products I really did enjoy, and I found some really amazing products that are kind of staples in my daily life. So I love this online dollar store. I love this brand, and I was so excited to see what they were going to release in the future. And I have 5 of the newest drops that they released on their website in their AOA Studio lines. I have their new eyeshadow kits, which are basically 9-pan eyeshadow palettes. They have tinted lip oils, and they have these beautiful liquid highlighter drops, a full line of mascaras, and contour sticks as well. So I'm very excited to share these with you guys. Been testing these out very thoroughly. I've done looks with every single eyeshadow palette. I will go in depth with every single thing and give you guys my full reviews. Today's video is my first one that I've filmed in probably about a week. I did take a break to have my surgery, so if my face looks a little bit more like puffy and kind of swollen today, I'm still getting down from the swelling. I did have dental surgery, so my face is kind of... Hopefully it's not too noticeable though, and I feel like it's gotten a little bit better. I do have some very bad pictures of what I look like right after the surgery. I look like a chipmunk. So it's a little bit painful to talk, but I did want to sit down and film this one today because I'm so excited about this video. But yeah, I think I've rambled enough. As always, makeup details will be listed down in the description box of this video. Let's get right into the video before I keep talking. I'm just gonna start off with the most exciting thing to me, which is the A2O Labs new eyeshadow kits. So A2O Labs is a bit of a higher end version of AOA Studio. Everything is still pretty much like $1 per piece, or a little bit more expensive than that. These eyeshadow kits are basically 9-pan palettes with the magnetic palette included. They're $10 each, so I think it's an amazing deal because you're getting 9 eyeshadows and a palette to boot, so I think it's an awesome deal. They released a bunch of different palettes with a bunch of different color schemes. I picked out the 3 that were most intriguing to me, so I'll just go individually between palettes and show you guys what they look like. First, I have the Love Child eyeshadow kit. So obviously the outside packaging is beautiful. I love the quality of these magnetic palettes. They feel very nice and sturdy. You get a mirror inside as well. I just think it's an awesome deal for the $10 price tag. And in here you get 9 eyeshadow shades. You have 5 matte shades and then 4 shimmer/duochromes. First, I want to go by the color scheme. This is obviously a beautiful purple palette. This immediately reminded me of the Huda Beauty Desert Dusk palette, so I'll show you guys the insides. So here's what the insides look like. Obviously this one only has 9 shades, whereas this one has 18 shades, so it's a bit more of a condensed version of the color story, but still, you have the main key shades in here, that amethyst purple, the lilac duochrome shade, the kind of green-brown shift down here, and obviously the royal purple. They're very similar in terms of color scheme, so I can immediately tell that this one was a dupe of this one. It's another one of those dreamy purple color schemes that I find is very popular at the moment. I will be comparing this one to the Norvina palette in my upcoming Norvina review video. That is going to be the most in-depth palette review you will ever see in your life. I'm going to be taking the Norvina palette, showing you guys looks I've done with it, also comparing it to pretty much every other purple color scheme on the planet, comparing it to other palettes. I'm going in. I hope you guys enjoy that one. That's probably going to go up either directly after this video or after the video that's after this video, so 2 videos away. But this palette will be in that palette comparison. I have really enjoyed the looks I've created with this one. I will flash a picture of a look I've done with this. I'll just go by the formulas first. So you get 5 matte shades in here. The matte formula is okay. I wouldn't say it's like the best matte formula I've ever tried in my life, but for $10 it is balm.com.org.co.uk. They're not the most pigmented shadows on first application, so I do find that you have to build these up at least 2 to 3 times to get to the color opacity that is in the pans. But still, I find that they're very easy to blend and they are very consistent between the palettes. So I think the matte formula in here is going to be very much similar or the same to the palettes that you get from their brand. And especially because they blended so easily, which I really was not expecting, I had a really fun time working with these ones. So the mattes are awesome. It's probably one of the best formulas you can get for the price point. You get 2 kind of pearlescent shimmers in here, as well as 2 very nice foiled duochromes. So I'll just talk about the shimmers first. The shimmers in here are probably one of my favorite affordable formulas. These are so nice to work with. If you had told me that these were Colourpop shimmers, I probably would have believed you. If you told me that these were like Urban Decay shimmers, I probably would have believed you. They perform very well and they don't crease on me at all. I love how these work with a wet flat shader brush. You can also use them with your fingers to get really beautiful color payoff. But overall, I will show you guys swatches, of course. These perform so beautifully in both swatches and on the eyes, and I'm very impressed with how the shimmers performed. So definitely my favorite of the 2 formulas would be the shimmer shadows. eyeshadows over the mattes. This palette did really, really well. I loved how this one performed, and I will definitely continue to use this one. Next is the I'm a Beach eyeshadow kit. I love the name, by the way, but here is the beautiful outside packaging. You have nice gold lettering as well as a green palm frond print. Again, it feels nice and sturdy and doesn't feel like it's going to break at any moment. I really, really hate when drugstore brands or more affordable brands have super flimsy packaging. Like the Wet n Wild packaging, you can just tell that it's like very, very inexpensive, whereas this one I feel like it's very nice and high quality. The color scheme of this palette immediately reminded me of the Kylie Blue Honey palette, so I immediately drew comparisons because of this beautiful kind of honey yellow creamsicle shade down here, as well as the blue shades. I still think it's a beautiful standalone palette, especially for summer. This is such a gorgeous color scheme. 4 true matte shades, and then this kind of burgundy red shade over here. I can't really qualify as a full shimmer shade because it doesn't show up shimmery on the eyes, but it's not matte either because it does have some like flecks of shimmer in it, I guess, so not really fully shimmery, I guess. I'd call it like a satin shade. You can kind of work it in either way. I don't really have much to say about the matte formula that I haven't already. I think it's very consistent in terms of the quality of all the palettes. The mattes that you find in the Love Child palette are going to be very similar to the mattes that you find in the I'm a Beach palette, and so on and so on. Yellow was so impressive. This, you don't really find yellows that perform as beautifully as they do in swatches and on the eyes, but this is so pigmented, and it showed up that beautifully on the eyes. So this, I think this entire $10 palette is worth it just for this one shade. The teal blue shade over here, this one was a little bit underwhelming. I did find that you needed to build it up quite a bit, and even then it didn't look super blue on the eyes. It kind of pulled more to the green side. It's not my favorite blue teal shade in my collection, but it's like decent. Again though, the shimmers in here are beautiful. I love this one as a brow bone shade. This is so gorgeous as a highlight, and then this red shade here is so impressive. So again, I'll show you guys swatches so you can see how they look. Very impressed with this one as well. I think it's a beautiful summer color scheme. The final eyeshadow kit that I have for you guys is the Wildflower eyeshadow kit. So this one is a nice, beautiful, deep, kind of grungy outer packaging. You have copper lettering and this beautiful dark floral pattern on the outside. This color scheme is beautiful. It's very unique as well. I don't really see any high-end brands doing this nice earth tone color scheme, so this is actually something I would love to see other brands do. The only thing I could really think of that this entire palette color scheme would compare to would be the new I Love Sadahi and Dose of Colors palette. I think this is very similar to that one. You are getting more shades in here, but the kind of key shades are duped in this palette. So if you're wanting to pick up that palette but it's a little too expensive for you, I think this would be an awesome option. In fact, the look that I did with this palette to show you guys in this video is actually a look that I used, like I kind of followed J Kiss's tutorial using the I Love Sadahi Dose of Colors palette to kind of do the same thing but with this palette instead. In here you get 5 matte shades and 4 shimmer shades, so again pretty standard in terms of the layout of the palettes. I do want to talk about the matte green and the matte red because these are 2 colors that are particularly harder to formulate. The matte red was a little bit underwhelming. It did kind of pull more to the deeper like orange side. It didn't look super red, so unless you build it up a lot, you're not really going to get an opaque red color payoff, and it's just going to look like a darker orange. The darker green matte shade in here, this one did require a lot more building than I was expecting. I needed to build this one up at least 4 or 5 times to get to that full opaque dark green. Otherwise it was kind of just like a sheer wash of like pale mossy green. The color is actually named Mossy. They do actually have names on the back of the pans. The shimmers in here are beautiful, and I think this is probably my favorite palette because of the beautiful shimmer shades. This green up here is so insane. It's a gorgeous, vibrant, super foiled green, but it has a nice black base, so it looks super rich on the eyes. I love how this one performed, and it just looks so glittery and gorgeous. And of all the 3 palettes that I have, I think I like this one the best. That being said though, these are all a really nice formula. I think these are probably one of the best palettes you can get for $10, and I would definitely recommend trying out at least one of them if you really are curious about the formula. So you will definitely be able to find a color scheme that you will enjoy because they have so many different like color schemes and themes of the eyeshadow kits. These are the ones I tried out and I really enjoy them. Next, I want to talk about the full line of their new AOA Studio Glow Baby liquid highlighter drops. These come in a set of 5 little bottles of liquid glow for $5.55. These are part of the Paw charity collection, so the extra 55 cents for your purchase will go to their animal rights charity, which I think is an awesome cause, and I love a lot of the items they have in their Paw line, specifically their Paw brush set and their Wonder Blender sponges. Those are awesome. In here you get 5 different shades, which spans a bunch of different skin tones, so I think it's a really awesome option. You get a really nice kind of white pearlescent shade that has a blue duochrome shift, so this one can be used as a topper or just on its own. You have a beautiful pink toned highlighter, a lighter champagne shade, pretty standard in any highlighter collection, and then you have like a true gold shade and a nice true bronze shade. These are for darker skin tones. I feel like like the liquid highlighter drops got really popular last year. The Cover FX ones are the biggest ones, and then Makeup Revolution came out with their own version, which I really enjoy. If you're very fair like me, I think 3 of the shades will work for you, the first 3 shades I mentioned, and then these 2 would be good as body highlights or as like mix-ins to your foundation. If you are more on the medium to dark spectrum, I think again 3 of the shades will work for you. The white kind of pearlescent blue shade will actually work on you, I think, as a topper, because it's not super opaque in terms of being like a white base, but it does have a very nice shift to it. The Cover FX drops I really enjoy because they have a bit of a texture where they're not really going to move around your foundation. This one I immediately felt a little bit more of like an almost like, I don't know, like glycerin-y texture where I felt like these might move around my foundation underneath if I didn't properly apply them. Definitely do not apply these on top of powder, that's just going to ruin your entire face. But if you go in pretty lightly, I'd say use your finger or with a sponge, they do perform pretty well. However, they're not really to my personal liking because I feel like if I'm going to go to the effort of using a like liquid highlighter, which takes a little bit more effort than just using a brush and a powder highlight, I want it to be very blinding and very glowy, and I want the glow to be worth it. Kind of more of a subtle glow. Nice if I was going for like a no makeup day and I want to use only cream products or liquid products. These are not to my personal liking. I do love that they're for charity, and if you like the kind of glow that I just described, I think you'll really enjoy these ones. For me though, they're not my favorites. Next, they came out with a full line of mascaras. So they have the fat lash, top lash mascaras, and then they have the skinny lash, bottom lash mascaras. The tubes with the white lettering on them are actually lash primers, so you apply these before you apply the mascaras, and then the tubes with the colored writing are the actual mascaras. You get a primer. It's a pretty standard like spoolie type brush, and it's a very thick white primer. This goes on extremely white. It leaves behind a cast on your lashes, so I was very concerned because it kind of made all my lashes clump together in a white kind of singular stick. So I had like 3 big clumps of lashes, and I was really scared that the mascara was just going to coat them and I would have like spider clumpy lashes. And then you go in with the actual fat lash mascara. Here's the wand. It's kind of like a plastic type spoolie. I do prefer like more fluffy spoolie type brushes over these ones, but I was still willing to try it out. I feel like the plastic bristles on this one kind of helped to separate the clumpy lash primer underneath, and everything just looked super pretty. So this did a really nice job of lengthening everything, kind of separating the lashes. Didn't really give me much volume. Honestly, there's not a lot of mascaras out there besides my Urban Decay Perversion that really give me that volume I'm looking for. I feel like if I want volume, I'll just use false lashes. My main goal with mascaras is to make my lashes black, meld them with my false lashes, and kind of lengthen my lashes a little bit as well. So I felt like this did a really nice job. I will insert a side by side of my lashes with the primer and without the primer, because I did try the mascara on its own without using the primer, and I still thought that it performed very well. I will say though, the primer makes it so hard to remove. Like, maybe that's a good thing because you don't want your lashes to be like flaking off throughout the day or smudging, and with this primer, I felt like it didn't do any of that. It didn't like smudge throughout the day under my eyes or flake off. However, when I went to remove my makeup, it almost felt like I was removing waterproof mascara. It was so hard to remove. So it makes it a little bit difficult to remove. I do think it's worth it for the lasting power, but yeah, that's just something to keep in mind. And then before I talk about the bottom lash mascaras, I do want to say first, I have been using the Cella lash conditioning treatment for the last like 28 days or so. I did receive this through Octoly to do a review on. I feel like lash conditioning treatments, I don't know, I was really skeptical of them, and I felt like they were kind of a scam. I will say I have not noticed any growth in my top lashes, but my bottom lashes have gotten so much longer using this one, so I don't know if it's worth it just because I didn't really notice anything happening to my top lashes, but the bottom lashes grew a lot. But that is my review on this one. I felt like it did a lot for the bottom lashes, so I'm gonna talk about these now. I felt like with my newfound long bottom lashes, I wanted something that was gonna be very nice in grabbing the inner corners of them. So again, the primer is a very thick white primer. It does come off with cast. The Skinny Lash Bottom Lash Mascara, it's a very small spoolie that kind of gets into the very inner corners of the lashes. Again, no flaking, no smudging throughout the day. I was very impressed with this one as well. Again, it's hard to remove because of the primer underneath it, but I do think these are really awesome mascaras. So for $1 each, I think these are all awesome. I guess the only fault would be the fact that they're very hard to remove, but I do think that the lasting power makes it very special. AOA Studio also released a full line of their Sculpt FX contour sticks. So I have the shade Fawn, which is my perfect shade. This is a really nice cool tone brown. I am so happy about the color. Again, most inexpensive kind of drugstore brands have a really hard time creating actual contour products. I feel like pretty much every single contour product I've tried from the drugstore has been like way too warm toned, and I really like my contour products to be nice and cool toned to kind of mimic that natural shadow under your cheekbone. This one, I felt like they did a really good job of locking down that nice cool toned shade. They have a bunch of different shades as well, so I feel like they have a good amount of shades for different skin tones. This is very, very small though. You do get such a small amount of product, and I will twist it up all the way. So yeah, you're not getting a ton of product in here. It's pretty much the same amount as the KKW Beauty contour sticks. However, again, you do have to remember it is $1, so I wouldn't really mind buying like $2 worth of product to get the amount of product that you would get in like a $6 or maybe even $25 contour stick, but still the small size is something to take into account. I do wish they had a little bit more product in here, but again, it's $1. The main thing I was concerned about when trying this one out was the fact that it might move around the foundation I have underneath it. I find that to be a problem with contour sticks that have a lot of glycerin in them or like kind of more oily based products that can kind of move around the foundation underneath. This one I did not have any problems with that. It blended out really easily underneath my cheekbones. It's a little bit more finicky on the nose. I would say you would want to use a brush with this and just kind of dab the brush on top and then apply it to your nose, just because I feel like my nose is a little bit more, I don't know, weird. This did a really nice job of blending out, and I love cream contouring. I find that it looks so much more natural on my skin than powder contouring. So the main thing I can think about that would make it like not super ideal would be the size. I will go through this very, very quickly. So I do wish there was a lot more product in here. All right, and then the final thing that I want to talk about are the new AOA Studio Oh Honey.
Oh honey. Honey.
Lip oils. These are lip oils, and I love the concept of lip oils. It's basically like a lip gloss, but since it's more of an oil texture, it's not going to be super sticky. Not quite as long wearing as your typical lip gloss, and it might wear off a bit quicker, but it's not going to feel super uncomfortable on the lips, if that makes sense. These ones actually don't really have color to them, despite having different colors inside the tubes. The reason that they're different colors is because they're different flavors. Peach, strawberry, honey, and then apple. I really, really like 3 out of the 4 flavors, but the honey one, oh man. So I smelled this one and I was like, what the heck? It kind of smells like honey, but like honey that's been left in the back of your grandma's pantry for like 20 years. It's like spoiled honey. And honey doesn't even spoil. Honey can last like thousands and thousands of years. It has lasted from ancient Egypt. And that's probably what this smells like. This smells like honey that was made 2,000 years ago in ancient Egypt. So yeah, this one's not my favorite, but the other ones smell so good. They taste very good, and they perform very, very well. So I'm just gonna apply the strawberry one on top of the lips I'm wearing right now. These feel so nice and lightweight, almost like I'm not wearing anything, and they give that nice glossy effect, but my hair doesn't get caught in it. It doesn't feel super sticky when I'm talking, and these are just very, very nice and lightweight. So I really enjoy these ones. They're also very hydrating because again, they're an oil, so they're going to do a nice job of kind of sucking moisture into your lips. So yeah, I would definitely recommend these ones besides the honey one, which smells like butt. I love that they're getting onto the trend of lip oils, and I think it's a really awesome idea. Also, the packaging is really nice. For $1, I think this packaging is awesome. Kind of reminiscent of the Smashbox Always On liquid lipsticks. Really, really good. So very much enjoy these ones, except for this one. No. But yeah, that concludes my review of all the new releases. I just want to give you guys a quick update on the old releases that I tried out in my last video. Someone in the comments wanted me to do like a quick update to let you guys know if I was still enjoying the products. I'll just give you guys a really quick update. Yes, I'm still enjoying pretty much everything. All my opinions in that video still hold true today. I think my favorite things that I've been using very, very often since that video have been the Lumi blushes, the Halo highlighters, which I'm turn my head to show you guys, but I'm actually not wearing the Halo highlighters today. Today I'm wearing the Anastasia Dream Glow Kit, review coming soon. Yeah, I'm really enjoying the sponges, the Lumi blushes, the Halo highlighters. I'm enjoying the brushes a lot as well, and I think that's it. Yeah, pretty much everything has been really good. I pretty much enjoyed most of the things in this video except for the liquid highlighter drops, and I did find some flaws in some of the other products. But overall, I would say a lot of these new releases are really, really awesome. I'm very, very happy about the eyeshadow palettes in particular. You will definitely be seeing these in the future in future videos. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Please let me know if you'd like to see these videos in the future when they do release new products, because I love this brand. I love what they're doing. I think they're doing amazing things in the beauty industry. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. Make sure you're subscribed down below, and also make sure you're following me on Instagram to see makeup looks like this one posted every single day. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I love you guys so much, and if you made it to the very end, I love you. Bye.